Hello viewers, welcome to the session on human relations. This is being discussed under the main subject, soft skills and interpersonal communication. I'm Sunil Solomon Philip, working as an assistant professor of English in the Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. And yes, human relations are extremely important. Personal, professional, and public spaces. We live with human relations because man is a social animal. Socrates said he is a social animal. And man lives with relations. And without relations, as a solo individual, as a single individual, in the workplace, in the professional place, in the personal and in the family lives, he has to suffer the loneliness. He has to see the impact of loneliness in his life. So human relations are actually blessed by God, right? So let's go and see what these human relations are and why are they important, how are they important for successful and happy lives, right? Here we go. Well, the meaning and importance of human relations is human relations are defined as the relationship between people, especially in a professional context. Why? Why human relations? These are the relationships between people, especially in a professional context. You see, professional context is all about team, right? So as teams, we come together to work. As an individual, probably we may not do all the tasks confidently and successfully. Therefore, hence we require different team members to shoulder different responsibilities so that the objective of the organization or the main goal of the organization is it is reached successfully, it is accomplished successfully. Therefore, human relationships these are defined as relationships between people, especially in a professional context, in the workplace. That is something important because that's where people have to understand one another, empathize, help one another, support, strengthen, coordinate, cooperate with one another for successful results, fruitful, productive, results for result-oriented progress of any organization. Okay, it's an integral part of career success and relates to the treatment of people in a workplace setting. So human relations are integral part of career success. They are part and parcel of career success, and they relate to the treatment of people in a workplace setting. How are the colleagues treated? How are the team members treated in a team? So that is human relations, human relationships. How best do we empathize with one another? How best do we, help one another, understand one another, right? Support, strengthen one another. So that is integral part of career success. And that is more to do. It relates to the treatment of people in the workplace. How are they treated, right? Sympathetically, compassionately, right? How are they treated? So that is all human relations, human relationships. The human relations theory is considered a systematic process whose objective is to help the people in an organization in behaving correctly so that both the employees and the organization are clear winners at the end of the day. It's a win-win situation for both the for the employer and the employee. So human relations theory, it is a systematic process, right? And its objective is to help the people in organization in behaving correctly, appropriately, relevantly, pertinently, so that, when the behavior of these people in the organization is appropriate, then yes, both the employees and the organization are clear winners at the end of the day. See, everyone, does his or her job promptly, punctually, sincerely, and within the deadlines. And everyone is very dedicated, committed, sincere, loyal, and honest in his duties or her duties. Everyone is dedicated, disciplined, determined, duty-minded. So obviously we can definitely expect, the clear winning spirit of both the organization and the employees at the end of the day, right? Or at the end of the academic year or financial year, right? Because generally at the end of the financial year, academic year, these calculations are, the graph is checked, the progress is generally analyzed, and it is actually the academic year success, the financial year success is calculated, it is estimated, it is calculated at the end of the financial year or academic year. Okay, great. Let us go and see more about these human relations. How are they important, and what goes into this human relations? Okay, fine. Well, the employer and employee relationship are significant for an organization if it wants to succeed in this competitive world. So, very important is this relationship. Very, very, significant is this relationship. That is the employer and the employee. The understanding, the confidence, the trust. Okay, the kind of loyalty, and most importantly, you see, this is my organization, so I should give my 100% to that, because that is the organization that is feeding me, that is taking care of me, okay, that has given me a recognition and identification, that has given me a platform. That is the one that is giving me the livelihood, bread and butter, survival, existence, whatsoever. Therefore, hence, I should give my 100% to the organization. Similarly, in the same fashion, the employer, you see, these are the people who are the pillars of my organization, and they are the ones who are, building it, right? That sort of attitude, that sort of relationship, which is very, very important for an organization if it wants to succeed, especially in this competitive world, in this rat race, in this enormous competitive society. The company is represented by its management, which prefers to develop a good and strong relationship with the employees. You see, all the companies, each organization, it is represented by its management, by its board of members, right? Board of governors, maybe. Okay, which prefers to develop a good and strong relationship with the employees. Generally, any management for that matter, it prefers to develop very strong relationship, meaningful, healthy relationship, right? Okay, very, very good relationship with the employees. Improving relations is all about addressing the needs of every employee, offering them training opportunities, and resolving conflicts to boost employee morale and foster workplace culture. So why are these relations important? And why are these relations, why are they to be improved? Why should they be improved? The improving relations or improving human relationships, it's all about addressing the needs of every employee, the requirements, the demands of every employee. It's all about offering them, training opportunities, right? There may be people who are very specialists, masters, experts in their fields. There may be also amateurs. There may be, budding professionals. So all of them, they require different kinds of training opportunities, training opportunities depending on their needs, and resolving conflicts to boost employee morale. How to resolve the conflict amicably, right? Imagine there is some conflict among the employees about something, some ego problem, ego clashes. Most importantly, ego clashes nowadays, right? Why should I listen to him? Why should I, why should I obey him? What is he? Is he so great that I should, learn from him? This kind of attitude might at times give scope to conflicts. So those conflicts have to be resolved to boost employee morale. Okay, their moral for their moral support, and foster workplace culture. Support workplace culture, strengthen workplace culture for healthy relationships, for trustworthy relationships, because trust is something very important, not just in the workplace, personal, professional, and public lives. Trustworthy relationships. When I trust my employer also trusts me. When my employer trusts me, I also trust my employer. That sort of healthy relationship. Okay, fine. Let's go and see more about this. I hope all the points that we have been discussing are useful and resourceful. Let's go and see more about this human relations. Developing skills relevant to relations is essential for an organization, as it helps it in achieving further efficiency and productivity. You see, skills relevant to relations, okay? Human skills that are relevant to relations, right? Most importantly, empathizing. See, empathy is something very important in terms of human relations. Empathetic listening. When I empathize with my colleague, with my fellow worker, what will happen is I understand his needs, his requirements, his strengths, his weaknesses, his opportunities, his regrets, his threats. That SWOT analysis. Similarly, when the opposite person also understands my SWOT, okay, my strengths, my weaknesses, my opportunities, my regrets, my threats, there is a sort of relationship so that, each one can help the other employee in the organization. So those skills that are relevant to relations is essential, okay, for an organization, as it helps it in achieving further efficiency and productivity. For efficiency of the organization, for productivity of the organization, okay, for that result-oriented outcome of the organization, okay, developing skills related to human relations or human relationships is very, very essential. Okay, self-esteem, attitude, and traits are all interlinked with individual skills. You see, each person's skills are interlinked, intertwined, interconnected. I'm giving 3 synonyms there again because I love these synonyms. As an English teacher, I recommend all my students and viewers to, go for this synonyms, the string of synonyms and string of antonyms. Well, here interlinked, the other synonyms are interconnected, right? Intertwined, okay? Interdependent. These are all interdependent. The synonyms for the word, interlinked, okay? So what are interlinked? Individual skills, self-esteem, attitude, and traits. These are all interconnected, with individual skills. Depending on the individual skills, a person, he has his self-esteem, self-respect. Self-esteem is nothing but self-respect, right? The way he performs his duties, his punctuality, his command and authority in his subject, and the way he, discharges his duties, the way he, performs his duties properly, that will decide the self-esteem of the person. Based on his attitude, approach, character, and other things, the self-esteem of the person is created in the organization. The organization respects him. Wow, this is his image. This is what this person is. His punctuality, his discipline, his dedication, his determination, his duty-mindedness, right? His sincerity and loyalty, his humbleness. He's so wise, so intelligent, so highly qualified and experienced. Still, he's down to earth, simple, humble person, mingles with everyone, gels well with everyone. Okay, he helps others, understand others. That sort of individual skills. These individual skills, they are interlinked with self-esteem of an employee or a team member. Similarly, attitude and traits are all interlinked with individual skills. Okay, fine. Now, what is the importance of this human relations? Why are they important? Let's go and see them one by one, step by step. The importance of fostering a good relationship between employees and management in an organization is something like this. It improves employees' creativity, imagination. You see, creativity is something very much, that's a need of the day nowadays. That's the reason, employers or, recruiters or the management nowadays always, strongly encourages all its employees to think out of the box ideas, to go for out of the box ideas, not the same routine stereotyped, kind of, work culture, but to go for out of the box ideas, because we know very well that an idea can, change your life, and an idea can change anybody's life for that matter, right? So, the importance of good relations in the workplace is that it will help in improving employees' creativity or imagination. The entire organization's success is dependent upon coming up with new and innovative ideas. So, complete success of the organization, it is dependent on coming up with new ideas, innovative ideas, thought-provoking ideas, brainstorming ideas. Okay, right? that should be something like, it should provoke thoughts among the employees, in the society. It should be something like brainstorming. And people should, when people appreciate an idea, naturally they will show interest in that organization, in that product, in that particular venture, right? So ideas are always the lifeblood of any organization, and creativity, imagination, that will decide the success, the results, the outcome of any organization, right? For fruitful results, for productive results. Okay. When you have a relaxed atmosphere, when you have a relaxed atmosphere in the workplace, employees can easily share ideas and come up with something inventive and resourceful. So when the atmosphere, when the environment in the workplace is relaxed, I mean to say, they are not highly pressurized. They are not subjected to, extreme pressure situations. When the workplace is such a kind of workplace where, it gives scope for them to think, to plan, to go for out of the box ideas, to go for innovative, creative, thought-provoking, brainstorming, resourceful ideas, relaxed atmosphere in the workplace is necessary, so that those kinds of brainstorming and thought-provoking ideas can be shared among the colleagues, right? So that the individual who generates those ideas can develop as an individual in particular, and those ideas, when they are shared among the colleagues, it will result in the growth and development of the rest of the team members in the organization in general. Eventually, all these things would lead to productive results, fruitful results of the organization, because that's what everyone needs, everyone requires, isn't it? Right. Okay, great. Now let's go and see, the importance of human relations in terms of other areas in this presentation on human relationships. Okay. Motivated, inspired employees. Well, meaningful human relationships, right, always produce motivated employees. They always produce inspired employees. How? Let us see how. The workplace is made up of an innumerable number of workers belonging to different cultures. You see, under one umbrella, especially maybe in a country such as India, a country such as ours, different creeds, colors, religions, different kinds of people, different languages. That's the reason we say unity in diversities, isn't it? We have so many diversities, but still, it is unity in diversities. We are one among all those diversities. So the workplace is made up of an innumerable, meaning n number of workers belonging to different cultures, different traditions, different customs, different practices, isn't it? So there are different kinds of people, different religions, different practices, especially in a country such as India. So it becomes imperative to link them together to a single work culture so that they can rise above personal beliefs and adapt to the needs of the organization. Therefore, because there are an innumerable number of workers who come from different kinds of cultures, customs, traditions, practices, it is important, it is mandatory, it is obligatory to link them together, to connect them together, to forge them together, to a single work culture, one world order, one world order, one world, it is something like one world order, one world ruler, one world order, that sort of connection, so that, different cultures, different tradition, different custom, different practices can be forged into a single, work culture that can be connected, linked together to a single work culture, so that they can rise above personal beliefs. Personal, that personal belief system, and they can adapt to the needs of the organization. Well, again, let me write the synonyms of this word adapt. I believe in this very strongly, because most importantly, students who are preparing for competitive examinations, for them synonyms are very, very important. Reading comprehension passages, synonyms, antonyms, clause tests, jumble sentences, sentence correction, spotting errors. For all these areas in English section, synonyms are very, very important. So adapt to the needs of the organization. The other synonyms for adapt are adapt, adaptability, compatible, okay, flexible, right, flexible, adjustable, all the three. Adjustability, adaptability, okay, compatibility, flexibility. So that they can be flexible to the needs of the organization, so that they can be compatible to the needs, requirements, demands of the organization. Again, three synonyms. For needs, whenever I think about the word need, I think about requirements, demands. Always remember, see, our brain works like a CPU, central processing unit, right? And it has LTM and STM, long-term memory, short-term memory. The more you use this language, the more you give that brain the synonyms that you use, the string of synonyms or the string of antonyms that you give, those synonyms will be stored in your long-term memory. Otherwise, it is something like use it or lose it concept, especially in English language communication skills. You don't use this, second language, okay, frequently, usually, generally, regularly. You don't use this, official language of our country regularly. What will happen is there are chances of forgetting those words, and those words which are stored in your LTM, long-term memory, may be erased, maybe first of all shifted to short-term memory, and from there they'll be erased permanently because you are no longer using them. So it is always a use it or lose it concept. Never ever forget that. Okay, great. So, without getting deviated and distracted from our track of discussion, from our line of thought, it is very important, okay, for all these people to rise above their personal beliefs and adjust themselves, okay, make themselves flexible to the needs, requirements, demands of the organization. That is the reason human relationships are very, very important. Human relationship skills are very, very, important. Most of the employees need more than a paycheck, right? You see, it's not just a paycheck. It's also their sense of satisfaction. Of course, paycheck is something very, very important. Money makes many things, undoubtedly. The quotation says that. Okay, big fat salaries, handsome salaries. Everyone loves it. Everyone loves the paycheck. Everyone works for the paycheck. Undoubtedly, yes. However, over and above that paycheck, okay, in addition to that paycheck, furthermore, right, what is necessary, what is that they look forward to is also their sense of satisfaction, right? The kind of respect that they get, by putting their efforts there, okay, their recognition, their identification, all right, and the kind of all the piece, personality, popularity, public relations, okay, all that. Now, they cannot work in a place where the relations with co-workers or managers are strained relations. See, when the relations are not very healthy, when the relations are very, very, weak relations, and there is no proper understanding, there is no proper, healthy work culture among the employees. Employees do not feel like working in such a kind of workplace. Therefore, human relations are very, very significant and important. Human relationship skills play a key role for that happy, healthy, and, satisfied work culture. I hope you all will agree with me in this point. Fine, let's go to the next one. Next slide in our discussion. Well, this hurts their level of efficiency and ultimately has a direct impact on the productivity level of the organization. When the relationship is not very healthy, when the relationship is not very meaningful and resourceful, what will happen is that will hurt the level of efficiency and ultimately it has a direct impact on the productivity level of the organization. That will hurt the level of, productivity, and it will have a direct impact on the productivity level of the organization. The concept of improving human relationships becomes doubly important as it helps to motivate employees to do better. The concept of developing human relations, improving human relationships, that is something, doubly important to motivate employees. Okay, to inspire employees. Maybe in terms of rewards, awards, okay, because there is extrinsic motivation, there is intrinsic motivation. Extrinsic motivation is all awards, rewards, maybe promotions, increments in the salary. Intrinsic rewards is something like the appreciation among their colleagues, the recognition and identification among the colleagues, the kind of respect that he demands among in the organization. That is intrinsic motivation. Therefore, intrinsic motivating factors and extrinsic motivating factors both are important for employees to work productively and successfully for efficient and effective results of the organization. When the relation between everyone is smooth and fine, the atmosphere, the environment in the workplace will also be upbeat and optimistic. So when the relationship, when the understanding between everyone is smooth, when it is very, very fine, when it is very, very healthy, the atmosphere or environment in the workplace is upbeat. Actually, everyone is. It's not a place of pressure; it's a place of pleasure, because they love what they do. So they understand. They work like a family. They work like a team. Okay, for the for that amazing results, for the productive outcomes, and for a sort of mark that they can create for themselves in the society, right? Organizations such as Reliance is one example. Geo Reliance, that is created by Mukesh Ambani. That is one. It's a blazing example of that sort. L&T companies, Larsen and Turbo, who are very reputed, who are very famous for their construction, such as flyovers and airports. That is another organization that is a blazing example in this context. So the relationships, when these relationships between everyone is smooth and fine, the atmosphere is very, very optimistic. What's the meaning of optimistic? Optimistic, a person who is optimistic is the one who looks at the brighter side of life, right? The opposite of optimist is a pessimist, the one who looks at the darker side of life, negative side of life, who always speaks about negative things. He never talks about positive things, positive energy, positive vibes. Okay, so positive vibes are very, very important. They are very significant for productive results of the organization. All right, this will keep the employees happy and motivated. This will, keep the employees very, very, happy and inspired, motivated. What will keep the employees happy and motivated? The healthy relations, the successful relations among the employees, the meaningful relations, the empathetic relations among the employees. That will keep the employees happy, motivated, inspired. Because what the employee feels is, wow, I live in such a kind of organization which understands me a lot. All our team is like a family. We help one another, understand one another. Okay, we empathize with one another, and there are no egos, there are no jealousies. Of course, there are also kind of mind games that are played, and those kinds of silly politics at times. But all those things can be overcome, with the help of these meaningful, healthy, and human relationship skills, isn't it? Right. Okay. What is the next point in our discussion about the importance of healthy human relations, healthy human relationships in an organization, in the workplace, most importantly? Well, employee engagement. The next point is employee engagement. What is this? When are these employees engaged? It's a fact that when the management is supportive and conscious of employees' needs and requirements, the employees will take pride in their work and try to appease the management by working with more efficiency. So when the management is supportive and conscious of employees' needs and requirements, when the management is very, very sensitive about the needs and requirements of its employees, the employees will take pride in their work, right? It's a kind of, it's a sense of pride, and try to appease the management by working with more efficiency. It is something like give and take. Give respect, take respect. Okay? The management definitely takes care of the needs of the employees. When the needs of the employees, requirements and demands are met properly, obviously, naturally, the employees feel like giving their 100%. They put their heart and soul into their work. They give their 100% to their work, because the management is such a kind of wonderful, understanding management that takes care of the needs and requirements of its employees. And that is a kind of, therefore, even for the employees, they take pride to work in such kinds of organizations and institutions. It's a matter of pride. You see, we are given all these facilities, amenities. We are given all these, monetary benefits. And this is the kind of leave. Maybe this is the kind of, provident fund that I get. This is the kind of, medical insurance that I'm provided in my organization. That's a sense of pride that gives him a kind of motivation, inspiration that elevates his confidence levels to greater heights, so that he can give his 100% to his workplace, isn't it? Okay, fine. So that is how employees are engaged. Management takes care of its needs, 100%. Employee also gives 100% to its organization or to his institution. If the management is oppressive, okay, if they are dominating, oppressive, suppressive kind of thing, okay, then they will try to work for the sake of a salary. Who? Employees. And then it will just be a 9-to-5 job where there is no need to give their best. You see, the management is always a kind of oppressive kind of thing, suppressive kind of thing, okay, pressurizing kind of thing. What will happen? Even, the employees, they also feel like, okay, probably this is not the place where I give my 100% to the organization, to the institution. It should be something like, they are paying, I am working. So let it be kind of, 9-to-5 kind of job where I do my work, whatever duties are given to me, I do them perfectly and successfully, and then I leave. The rest of the things, I'm not concerned, I'm not bothered kind of attitude. Okay. Probably, there the employees might not give their 100% to the organization if the management is oppressive and suppressive. The quality of human relationships in an organization has an impact on how the employees view their jobs. So the quality of human relationships in any organization, in any institution, it has an impact on how the employees view their jobs. Does the employee love his job? Does the employee take pride in his job? Does the employee, is the employee motivated? Is he very confident about his job? Then yes, he will give his 100%. And when each employee gives his 100%, naturally we can expect miracles and wonders in that organization or institution. So the quality of human relationships in the organization decide those miracles and wonders in the organization. Okay, fine. Improving and maintaining healthy relations in the workplace will result in employee engagement. So when healthy relations are improved, when they are maintained in the workplace, that will result in employee engagement. Okay, and all of them can be forged into one network, regardless of the culture, practice, personal beliefs, traditions, customs, whatsoever. All right. Okay, fine. It is a proven fact that organizations with a high level of employee engagement have managed to grow at a faster rate than their competitors in the market, right? So it has a proven track record in terms of organizations with high level of employee engagement. They have managed to grow at a faster rate. The blazing example again here is, Reliance Jio, Jio network, because they have brought down, the cost of this talk time, because they have brought down the cost of this internet usage. All the other networks such as Airtel, Idea and other networks, they have been forced to, bring down even their rates. You see? And it's not just that. Reliance believed in their employees and their employees believed in their management. And therefore, they can actually, bring these remarkable changes in terms of, a telephoning network. That is one blazing example. Okay, right, great. Because the management of Reliance could engage their employees and force them into a kind of closer network to work with that sense of pride and sense of motivation, sense of satisfaction and sense of confidence, the employees also have started giving their 100% and they have started putting their heart and soul into their work. And now today we can see the results where Mukesh Ambani is one of the, he is one of the probably the richest men in Asia, in the continent of Asia itself. Right, okay. Healthy relationships, to know more about it. The general atmosphere of an organization, the behavior of the numerous social groups inside the company, and the attitude of the seniors have a direct influence on the employees of an organization. General atmosphere, okay, the kind of amenities, facilities that are provided, the kind of infrastructure equipment, okay, the kind of, relaxed atmosphere, all this, the behavior of the numerous social groups inside the company, okay, the attitude of the seniors, most importantly, people who are experienced, people who are talented, masters, specialists, experts, that all this, it has a direct impact and influence on the employees of an organization. It's a sad day when colleagues are unable to communicate at work and team members are unable to trust each other to have their back. It's a sad day when the colleagues are not able to communicate at work. There is no proper, communication. There is no proper understanding. There is no proper, that understanding among the team members. When they are not able to trust one another, that's a sad day. To have their support, for each one to have another person's support, backup. If that is not there, that's a sad day actually in an organization. The importance of improving human relations in the workplace is that it will build healthy relationships where the employees will stand united, communicate freely, and feel connected. So you see, that sort of union. United we stand, divided we fall. I repeat, united we stand, divided we fall. Coming together is beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. So together in all the three sentences. When employees come together as one family with healthy, human relationships, that is a beginning. When they keep together, in terms of empathy, sympathy, help, coordination, cooperation, support, that is keeping together, which is progress. And working together, they work together as a team. That is success. That is success. Isn't it? Right. So the importance of improving these relations in the workplace, it will build healthy relationships where there is proper open communication, free communication among the employees. They stand united then. Okay, where they feel they are connected. They are not disconnected, but they are connected. They are one. They are not different. There will be a common purpose that will help every stakeholder to give their best. Okay, healthy human relationships in a professional environment help the organization to work at its functional best. Healthy human relations in any professional environment, any professional atmosphere will help the organization, will help the institution to work at its functional best. Okay. Improved productivity. So we have seen motivated employees. First of all, we began with creativity. That is one of the uses of healthy human relations. Then motivated employees. The second one, another use of healthy human relationships. The third one here is improved productivity. Improved productivity. It is something like now our product is an improved one. This is improved. This is new. Improved surf is what they say. Improved rinse soap is what they say. So what is this? What is this improved productivity in an organization or in an institution? Relations in the workplace has a direct impact on the level of productivity. It is essential to have a cordial and amicable human relationship in the workplace on both a personal and professional level. So cordial relationships, amicable, friendly, ami is love, amicable, amiable, amenable relationships, meaning friendly relationships, in the workplace on both a personal and professional level. They are very, very necessary. They are very important because they will have a direct impact on the level of productivity, that will have a direct impact on the outcome of the organization. End result, these human relations, this understanding, this kind of, these kinds of relationships, healthy, cordial, friendly relationships, that they will have a direct impact and influence on the end result of the organization, the end result of the institution. Okay. The factor that influences efficiency and productivity is good relations between the various people present in the workplace. Employees are likely to be more productive, fruitful, result-oriented if their contribution and efforts are recognized and identified. You see, recognition of their services, contribution, identification of their contribution is also pivotal for these employees to be productive, for them to be result-oriented. This is why organizations that reward their employees for good performances and acknowledge their efforts with praise and awards have managed to create a special place for themselves in the industry. You see, if this is the reason we literally see the organizations, the institutions that reward their employees with good facilities, amenities, okay, for their good performances and acknowledge their efforts with praise and awards. They have managed to create a special place. They have managed to create a very, very, important place for themselves in the industry. All right. Let's go and see the other uses of this healthy human relationships in our discussion today. Increased loyalty. Increased loyalty. If you are looking for the importance of good human relationships in the workplace, then the most obvious one is increased loyalty. So loyalty, what is loyalty? Being loyal is being faithful to the organization. Employees being faithful to the organization, right? Healthy relations have a way of building trust through interactions and bonding with each other. There is an increased chance of management listening to the voice of the employees and working towards their betterment. So when we have that increased loyalty, when the employees have, that sort of honesty and faithfulness for its organization, then we can expect the management listening to the woes. What is this woes? W-O-E-S, problems, difficulties. And if you see the homophones of this word woes, W-O-E-S, V-O-W-S, woes, and we have another woe that is O-W-O. So the first woe is problem or difficulty. Okay, water woes, meaning water problems, water difficulties. V-O-W-S, vows, maybe marriage vows, right? And that vow can also be oath-taking ceremony of chief ministers, prime ministers, so that swearing in ceremony. And this O-W-O is like, I owe my gratitude to my parents. I owe my gratitude to my teachers, meaning I'm grateful to them. Okay, I'm indebted to them. I-N-D-E-B-T-E-D. I'm indebted to them. I'm grateful. I'm thankful to them is O-W-O. O-W-O. Yeah. So these are all homophones. So when the employees, with the help of human relationship skills and healthy human relations, when they work and when they are very faithful to the organization, we can expect the management listening to the problems and difficulties of the employees and working towards their betterment. When management is employee friendly, it will offer ample opportunities to the worker to enhance their skills and know-how through proper training and learning methods. So the management is employee friendly. The management is, worker friendly, right? Then what will happen? It will definitely offer sufficient opportunities, abundant opportunities to the workers to enhance their skills, talent, okay, to enhance their know-how through proper training and learning methods. The employees are more likely to work for an organization that offers them an opportunity to improve their skills and learn through training. Obviously, in the same fashion, it's all give and take. It's all give and take. So when the organization gives them ample opportunities for training and development, what will happen? The employees will also, they love to work in such places where their skills, their talents, where their, gifts are recognized. And when those skills and talents are further fine-tuned in terms of, appropriate training programs, appropriate skill development programs, isn't it? They would love to work in such workplaces. Who? Employees. When the organization, listens to their voice, when it is employee friendly, when it gives opportunities for their, skills and talents. And most importantly, when does this management listen to them? When the workers, when the employees are loyal to its organization, faithful, honest, dedicated, disciplined, determined, duty-minded, committed. Yes, management will also come forward, step forward to help them in all these aspects and in all these areas. Better understanding will lead to increased loyalty because employees want to stick around in the organization that will help them to enhance their skills and assist in professional growth. So better understanding, better human relations, those will lead to increased loyalty, increased faithfulness, increased trustworthy nature, because employees want to stick around in the organization that will help them to enhance their skills, their talents, and assist in professional growth. So it's always a mutual give and take kind of thing. It is always reciprocal. You give 100% to the organization, and the organization gives 100% to you. Then, yes, there is increased loyalty among the employees working in the organization. All right, fine. What's the next one in our discussion? Mutual support. That's what I've said just now. If you are looking for the importance of good relations in the workplace, then look no further than mutual support. When supervisors are sympathetic and considerate, then it will automatically lead to healthy relations in the workplace. Meaning when the bosses, when the authorities, when the heads are sympathetic, compassionate. Again, sympathetic is a word that that reminds me about other synonyms. Sympathetic is kind-hearted, especially people who are preparing for their job interviews. Kind-hearted, sympathetic, compassionate, another word for that. Okay, benevolent, benevolent, benevolent. Okay, all these are again, another set of synonyms for this word, sympathetic. So I never leave a word. It is something like I never leave a stone unturned. Something like similarly in the same fashion, I never leave a word that has synonyms and antonyms that can be explained there. So that when I exploit it here in the discussion, that will be definitely useful for our viewers, for their easy understanding, for their to sharpen their skills of reading comprehension passages most importantly. Okay, great. When supervisors are sympathetic, when they are kind-hearted, compassionate, benevolent, any ben is good, okay, benevolent, okay, and considerate, then it will automatically lead to healthy relations in the workplace. Mutual support and understanding will be the usual norm. Individuals will be in sync with fellow employees and offer help when needed. So, it's like helping one another, trusting one another, supporting one another, strengthening one another. Mutual support, coordination, cooperation. That's it. Is all about healthy human relationships. Healthy mutual support. The positive attitude will rub on the whole organization and encourage the best possible outcomes. Okay. So the positive attitude, the helping attitude, the healthy attitude, the empathetic, sympathetic attitude, that will rub on the whole organization. And that will encourage the best possible outcomes, the best, result-oriented outcomes, isn't it? Yes. Let's see the rest in this discussion. Now, that's all we have. That's all I have for you today in this discussion that is on, human relations and healthy human relations. What is that we have discussed today so far? What is your takeaway in this presentation? Well, we have seen human relations and human relationships as, the importance, in terms of importance of these human relationships. Okay. The first important point is it improves employees' creativity or imagination. Okay. An idea can change your life. An idea can change also others' lives. Motivated employees, inspired employees. Okay. Because the management understands them, because these people, they love their management, and because the management takes care of the employees, and because the employees give their 100% to the management. They work with 100% sincerity, commitment, discipline, dedication, determination, duty-mindedness. There is a sense of motivation among the employees. They take pride in working, for that organization or institution. Sense of pride, motivation, satisfaction, sense of, reputation, even reputation. Okay, all these things, motivated employees, inspired employees. One of the second use of this healthy human relationships are human relations. The third important aspect that we have discussed is employee engagement. Employees can be engaged with the help of this meaningful human relationships. Okay, where irrespective of their culture, tradition, customs, they can be forged into one network. Healthy relationships, that will result in healthy relationships. Improved productivity. The outcome, the end result of the organization can be improved when there is proper trust, when there is proper, that helping nature, understanding nature. Okay, when there are excellent communication skills among the employees, when there is proper understanding among the employees, all of them will work as one family and they will give their 100% results to the organization, which will eventually result in improved productivity of the organization. Increased loyalty, faithfulness. Loyalty is faithfulness. So, because the management, takes care of the employees are very loyal to the organization. And employers, the management will give their employees their 100% in terms of, training opportunities. Okay. They will take care of all their skill development, skill enhancement programs. And finally, All this will lead to mutual support, mutual strength, and mutual support. So viewers, that's all I have for you in this discussion on, in this video lecture on healthy human relationships. I hope the program has been useful, resourceful, and meaningful to all of viewers. Keep watching IARA YouTube. I'm Sunil Solomon Philip. Thank you very much for watching this presentation.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.